If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I would truly appreciate it, and I'm sure you're gonna love my content. If you're into anything plant stuff, mental health stuff, self-improvement stuff, and random stuff that Max likes to do, subscribe. And if you are subscribed already, thank you. Welcome back. We are building a terrarium today. I have a plant obsession. We all know this. I am not limiting my obsession to plants that live and breathe on the outside. I am now moving my obsession to plants who apparently live in jars. So I found a YouTube channel called Benji Plant, and he's this really cool dude who does a lot of very beautiful planting / plants videos, and he has a tutorial on how to make an easy terrarium, and that's what we're going to do today. I am going to follow his instructions step by step, and I went on Shopee and bought everything I need. Literally everything that I bought for the terrarium ran me under 1,000 pesos, if I remember correct. Everything will be linked in the description box below if you want to join me on this journey. First things first, we're going to open up all the packages before we actually start building the terrarium. You can get any jar that you have at home that has a lid so you can seal it up. This one I bought from Daiso for 88 pesos. So that's great, super cheap. Next we have my moss. This came to me a couple days ago. I haven't actually opened it, but this is live moss. There's the living, breathing moss, and then there's dried moss. And you're gonna need one of both types. This is live sphagnum moss. Oh my gosh. Ooh, it smells like grass. It smells like wet grass. That's it. This is my live sphagnum moss that we're going to be using. This, my dear friends, is horticultural charcoal. So this is what is going to be the foundation of our terrarium. According to Benji Plant, apparently terrariums can create mold because you're trapping the humidity and the wetness inside the jar, right? So that can create mold. However, his system of using horticultural charcoal and sphagnum moss doesn't create mold. It doesn't attract mold at all. So I don't have to worry about that. Our dry sphagnum moss. So we got the dry moss and the live moss. I'm going to take as much horticultural charcoal that I feel like I'm going to need for this. I think maybe I'll fill up to about 1/2 inch of this jar with horticultural charcoal. I'm going to wash it first before I put it in, and I'm also going to soak up the sphagnum moss, which I think I'm going to fill out about maybe 1/2 inch also to 1 inch of sphagnum moss in this bottle with super soaked sphagnum moss. So basically you just gotta do this until the water runs clear. Ta-da! Sphagnum moss next. Ta-da! That should pretty much do it. So we got everything pretty much prepared. It's time to fill up the jar. I'm taking my mini spade that I got for free when I bought my plant rack, and I'm going to use that to fill up the jar with horticultural charcoal first. This is so handy. Look at this. Okay, next up would be the sphagnum moss. I'm gonna take some of this and start layering it on top of the charcoal. Maybe a little bit more. Ta-da! Super cute! And then next, we put in the actual live moss. I'm honestly not too sure how I'm going to like pick this apart and stuff, and put it in, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. I have my tweezers that I usually use for journaling, and I'm going to use that to like get chunks and like position it in here. It's starting to trap the humidity inside the terrarium, which is exactly what you want. That is exactly how a terrarium is supposed to thrive and survive inside a jar. Come on, man, get stuck in there. Ta-da! That's what it looks like from the top. And then here, I hope you guys can kind of get a good glimpse. It's starting to look like a really cool landscape. I am going to take cuttings of my string of dolphins and plant them in there as like tiny little plants growing out of the terrarium. I'm hoping that it'll propagate through the moisture of the moss. I'm hoping that it will, you know, take root and stuff like that. I haven't seen anyone use string of dolphins inside a terrarium, but I have seen people use succulents. So since it is a succulent, I'm hoping it's gonna work, but either way, I'm gonna stick a couple of them in here. Okay, so I totally failed to record me actually getting my snippet, so y'all just got to see like me positioning my camera. But anyway, so these are the two cuttings that I got. I got one on the left that is clearly growing new leaves, so I think it would have a good shot in rooting itself in the terrarium. And the other one is just pretty much mature, isn't really growing new leaves right now, but I figured I'd take it anyway. So what I'm going to do with this actually is I'm going to take out all of the tiny leaves at the bottom, so that what is left is the stem, and it would be easier to like stick it in the terrarium. Give me a hot minute. I think I might need to do this. Oh, there we go. Oh, nope. Okay, maybe I gotta make a hole or something. Maybe I gotta do that. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take my spade and oh, no. Ah, there we go. Okay. And kind of just push it in. Other one next. Ta-da! I don't know if you guys can see it. There are the string of dolphins inside, and it kind of looks like tiny little trees inside the landscape. Isn't that cute? Next, I have this tiny little sitting cat figurine that I got years back in Japan. It looks like such a sad, pudgy cat. And you can actually put tiny little figures inside your terrarium. So I think I'm going to put this in here because he's kind of just been wherever in my room without a purpose. So I think it's good to give him a new home. And I'm just gonna put him right here. He can be a sad cat inside. At least he'll be a sad cat in my plants. He's just sitting there, guarding the trees. Can you see it? It's so cute. And that's our terrarium. So maintenance of this isn't really much. When it starts to look dry, all you have to do is literally spray it until the sphagnum moss and the charcoal is a little moist. And then you're good to go. You cork it back and that humidity will turn into water inside and it will keep the plants alive. Sort of like a mini ecosystem in the jar, and it doesn't take a lot of your attention. Plus, it's super cute to look at. So that's it for the terrarium video, you guys. I had a lot of fun. I've always wanted to have one, and I finally do, and I have plenty of materials left for me to keep making some, and all I gotta do is like buy more jars and maybe more kitty figurine. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Look at the little grumpy kitty. Little grumpy kitty in the jar. Bye.